Here we go. All right, so 3, 2, 1.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to Meanwhile Back in the 80s.
That's right.
This is stuff about the 80s. Meanwhile, what you doing?
Meanwhile, what are you doing? I'm Kris. This is Ken.
Yes.
Welcome. Ken.
Kris.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Wear my glasses tonight?
I know you're a bit weird.
Audio listeners can't tell that.
They cannot.
Oh, wait, hold on. Now they can.
No, he's
You're
weird.
welcome,
He's
ASMR.
weird. Don't pay attention to him. He's weird.
What are we? So we're doing something fun tonight, are we not?
We're going to do some fun stuff. What we're going to do is we've been alternating on these podcasts of topics and details, if you will. Scenarios, details, if you will.
Right. So tonight
I picked the topic, but Kris is picking the character,
The
place,
subject of it,
item,
yeah.
whatever it's going to be, the subject. So we don't know what it's going to be, so it's all legit.
we're creating some fun stuff. So
Right?
Go
It's
ahead.
gonna be cool.
Go ahead. You want me? So I have it. You want me to tell you what object I picked? Now this is from.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
You told me,
Yep,
Kris,
yep.
pick an object from a movie.
I did.
Okay. Now you tell me. I got a couple, so you can tell me whether or not this is gonna work. Okay.
All right. No, you're gonna give me one of them.
Yeah.
One of them.
Yeah.
And we're gonna go with it.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you what the subject is.
Okay.
So I can't tell you that.
No, you're gonna tell me.
Yeah.
What the
This is why you
scenario
can't
is.
say it first.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Kris.
Yeah.
I asked Kris to think of an object
From a movie.
from a movie.
Right.
Go.
I am gonna choose the motion scanner from the movie Aliens.
Okay.
What's my scenario with this thing?
All right. So the scenario is, and one of the reasons, one of the stipulations was he wanted to pick a vehicle, and I said no. You
Well,
gotta
I
pick a
didn't
vehicle.
know if I could.
Because this item, Kris, in a sequel or in real world, if you entered the alien universe, is going to be, this item can take you back in time or forward in time.
What?
This item can take you, can enable time travel.
Okay.
How does it enable time travel? And where do you end, or where did the movie people take it?
Oh wow! Now this is in the universe of that
Yes,
movie. Then
this-
okay, so
yes.
now we're in the Aliens universe.
Correct.
Oh boy, that
Okay,
is
so-
horrific.
So that's it. So either you are in the universe with it and you want to go along on the ride, by all means, go for it.
Oh my god!
However,
All right.
that item and what enables the time travel, such as the DeLorean, 88 miles per hour, flux capacitor, blah, 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 all that stuff. What enables the motion scanner from Alien to travel through time?
All right. Well, okay, man. Okay. So you're included with this. You got to work on this with me then. No.
Well, yeah, I'm going to work on it.
So all right. So
Yeah.
the motion scanner. How does it work? It blip 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 blip. Right. It tells you things that are coming. Right. It finds things. What if, for some reason, there's some temporal thing that happens where it can also sense like a wormhole or some type of slip of time or something.
Okay.
Now, unfortunately, Covenant and Prometheus, these are all in canon. These are movies that are in canon. These are prequels to Alien and Aliens and the rest of them, right?
Yeah. But, yeah, okay.
Well, I'm trying to
gotcha, I
figure
gotcha.
out somewhere in that crazy back past, they got something. There was some temporal thing when they maybe the Nostromo did something when it went to the planet. What is it? R something.
LV-426.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe it did something. I don't know. But there's time rifts. Okay.
So there's
and
time
now
risk, and
sensor can sense the time rift.
Okay, so
Yeah, it can sense the time
It's an
rift.
unknown feature of it.
Yeah,
Where
right.
it knows now that it can sense the time rift.
So you might, you can see it on the scanner. Like, what is that? And you go there, and it's this, whatever. It's a shimmering. It's a break in the. It's a lightning. Who knows? Okay.
All right. So that's it. Okay.
So that's
so it
how.
enables you.
That's
What?
the how.
Okay. So are you there? Are we there?
Space Marines?
Yeah. Are we? Yeah. Are we space marines?
Or are we scientists? Are we scientists, space marines?
I don't know if the scientists
Are
in the
you
alien universe
Are you Paul Reiser? Is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, I don't think so, man.
Game over, man. Oh man.
Bill Paxton.
I know, but is he there?
Yeah, he could be there.
What was his name again? I can't remember his character's name. Is Michael Biehn there?
MacLeod, yeah. That's crazy. Motion scanner can detect
alternate dimensions. Right, exactly.
Boom.
If you're listening to this audio, we are streaming this live. So if we talk to people and we say other random screen name sounding things, it's because we're streaming live.
We embrace the audience.
Yes. So what? Okay, let's establish that. What are we? You want to be a scientist or you want to be an alien? You want to be an alien? You want to be a sentient alien?
Yeah.
You want to be you want to be a xenomorph?
No, that's stupid. I think we should
no, that's stupid.
Well, I don't know. I say we're just along for the ride.
But what are we though?
We're just there, dude.
No, you can't just be there. We have to be.
Accidentally.
No, we didn't just.
We accidentally were sent to there, and they were like, "Whoa, where'd you come from?"
So we're just dudes.
And then they realized that this thing can do this stuff. Like they're playing around with it, and they beamed us up there. Accidentally, they time traveled us there.
So we got time traveled there?
Yeah,
from when?
Like,
from now or through dimensional space? Meaning we're in the movie.
Yes. Yeah.
So we're Kris and Ken in the movie Aliens.
Let's go with that.
Holy crap!
What would you do with it? Where do you go? They say here, hold this. They say here, hold this motion scanner.
Wait, this is after we got in there?
After we get there, and they say, hold this. We don't know where you came from. Just hold on to this for a second. We need to go talk to each other. So they go over there and they talk to each other. Okay. What do? You can go anywhere now.
But how do I know this?
I'm just with you.
But how do I know?
I'm just with you.
How do I know? I want to go home then.
But the thing is, how do you use it?
I don't know
how do you use it,
okay.
and how does it work? Exactly.
So they say, hold this.
Yeah.
And I look. Now, I've seen the movie. Now, I don't know what that is. So we've seen the movie. We know how these scanners work. So we're like, oh, man, Ken, we're holding the motion sensor. And it's going, beep, boop, beep, boop. And we're like, holy crap, we're going to get killed by aliens. We're going to get killed by aliens right now. And they're like, what? We're going to get killed by aliens. And they're like, what are you talking about? As I'm looking on the thing, because obviously I've seen the movie, I know how it works, right? But I noticed that there's a weird anomaly thing on the screen. I'm going to go, I don't know what that is. Let's just say it's down the hall. I can see it. I have my glasses on.
Okay.
So now Ken, do you see that? What is that? What the hell is that?
Kris, I don't know.
Could that be what brought us here?
That might be what brought us here.
I don't know. I'm gonna go check. Don't move. I gotta go check it. Look at this, and I throw a bone at him or something. Whoever's watching us, because someone's gonna be watching us. Because there's dead people around. Because they're all dead people. Yeah. Because they're inside the thing. Yeah. Because we're all inside the thing. They're in cocoons. There's spines on the ground.
Are we in the Queen's Nest?
Yeah.
We're there.
This is why it's scary. I say we're in there.
Okay, so we get beamed straight to.
Rancid says they tell you to hold the motion scanner while they casually walk away and talk about the aliens that are going to murder them.
Yes.
Well, of course,
What else would you do?
Hicks. What was the other? What were the characters' names? Look them up for us. Tell us the characters' names. I forget the names. Ramos, was that the chick? Corporal Hicks. Oh, I can't remember them. Anyway, we see it down the hall. Kenny, Ken, we've watched a billion movies. We know that's what that is.
But we need to know how we dial it in. Do we just jump in? Do we just go into something? Do we just take this thing and just jump in there and all of a sudden we're just wherever? Like what time period do we go to?
How do we decide? We can't decide. How do we know? I think the only thing
what I'm saying is
the only thing we can do.
How do we figure it? How
jump through? It's the only thing we can do. We have no other way of knowing. Do we?
I don't know.
Do you? I'm sorry, Kenneth. Do you want to stay in the Aliens universe? Do you want to stay in the Queen's Nest right now?
Well, hold on a second, because the Aliens universe was ours, if I'm not mistaken, where we were able to say, like, because they had it, didn't they have it in the past and everything? And it was like we went from Earth to there, and it was like some kind of thing.
But it wasn't the future.
What?
Aliens didn't take place in the future?
It did, but
yeah,
Earth's future.
Right. So where we got transported to the future. But what I'm saying to you is, if we go through this wormhole, first of all, Rancid, Jesse Ventura, different universe. Unless we can go get him, then we're going to be in the Predator universe. Oh, it's the same universe.
Versus Predator.
Oh, it's the same universe. You're correct. Sorry, Rancid, you're correct. Here's the problem.
So is
Let's
Dutch.
jump in.
Dutch.
We're jumping in. We have to jump in.
Okay, so where do we land? Where do we go? Steer it. Where do we go? We jumped into the time travel vortex, and we're going somewhere. First person who says it.
Well, this isn't a movie. This is our real lives, first of all.
Do we go first? Do we go in the future, or do we go in the past? Where do we go?
So
where do we go?
On the same time scale, and all the franchises cross paths. Right. So where does this take us?
Okay. So
there's no way of knowing.
But that's the thing. We are going to know because they're going to tell us.
Oh, okay. So you're going to tell us where we went, and we're going to figure out what we're going to do.
Yeah.
So where do we go on the timeline? Where did we go in this Predator / Aliens universe?
But we could have gone to like the 1920s in the Predator
Correct.
Aliens universe.
Yeah. So my thing is there any way? So in Back to the Future, you have the flux capacitor, which handles the time travel, but you had a thing. He says 1920.
Okay, we're going 1920.
So we're back in 20. Now, does this scanner tell us that in any way, shape, or form?
The scanner? No, because that's why we didn't know where we were going. You took a leap of faith, and now
but now that we've gone
squarely in 1920.
I run up to some little paper boy. He's like, extra, read all about it. Something about 1920s. And I go up to him and I say, let me get one of those, kid. And he's like, hey, you didn't pay. And I push him over. I look at the paper. It says 1920.
You give him $1, and he's like,
what is this garbage? I can't take this. Whatever.
No, he's excited because it's like $1 million back then.
No, but my dollars. First of all, I never carry cash. I show my debit card.
Then he'll be like,
do you take plastic, kid?
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, I now know it's 1920.
And he talks like Rude Dog.
Yeah, he talks like it's 1920s. Everyone talks like Rude Dog. We now know it's 1920. I look at this scanner. Yeah. Is there anything on this scanner that says 1920?
No, that's why we didn't know where we were or anything about it.
We didn't know, but we didn't. But now we're looking. Give me a picture of the scanner. Look up a picture of the scanner.
No, we're not going to look up a picture of the scanner.
Maybe it does.
It doesn't.
But no, you don't think so? We're sliders. So we're sliders now.
Yeah,
we have to show up, and we have to figure out.
Okay. That's
right.
Yeah.
Rancid says, but I say test him against 300 Spartans before the Persians get 1920s mob fight. Okay, yeah.
Oh, little Tommy gun action.
Now we're in the 1920s. What does that even mean?
Dude, could you imagine if you could take, even if we don't have any of the technology with us,
we have our cell phones.
Do you feel like if we go to the 1920s right now, that we could prosper?
Okay.
Do you feel like we can go to the 20s right now with just what we have on us, which is nothing, right?
No, we have our phones.
No.
Because we always have our phones.
Okay, but they're not going to work. So it doesn't matter.
Really? Because I was going to say when we jumped through it, charged it.
No.
Wirelessly charged it. There's no
service.
No, but the phone would work.
Okay, right. So you can play.
The phone's on.
Yes, you can play freaking Words
pictures.
with Friends with yourself.
There's a fly in here?
I don't even know. So we go back. Do you think, knowing what you know about the future and how 100 years later, ultimately, right, 99 years later, what happens from that time? Do you think that you could settle down, like not saying that we're not going to leave there or anything like that. This is kind of like a sidebar. Do you think you can go there and become like
a billionaire?
A billionaire. Do you think you could do it?
I think, yeah.
You think you can? What would you do?
I don't know yet, but we'd have to find a shady spot, and we have to sit down. We have to combine our knowledge of what we know from the 1920s.
But that's the thing, is it doesn't matter because it's 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s.
Hold on.
You can
1920.
You can write Ebony and Ivory. You can write that song.
Can write all the Beatles song like that movie that's out called Yesterday. That's out, right? You can write all these songs.
Would you take that?
I can write the Rickroll song. I can write every. Oh man!
But okay, so here's the thing. Do you know what years, going to Back to the Future 2-ish, do you know what years that certain sports teams won the championships?
No, I don't. That I don't. That I do not.
But if you knew, like,
well, if I knew
the Mets 69 World Series, I mean, you'd have to 20 to 69. That's 40 more years.
Listen, we're at our age now. We're gonna be up there. It won't be time to enjoy anything.
But that's the thing is, I think back then the life expectancy wasn't that big.
You could become military contractor and profit madly of Cold War. That's a good point. So first of all, does that have to be reset at all? Sure. While we're talking, what I'm saying is we have to listen. Let's face it. We don't know a whole heck of a lot. We have to pool our knowledge, what we know about the 1920s, correct? Mm-hmm. And work it out.
Yeah, but that's the thing is, our knowledge of the 1920s, I believe, is irrelevant. We're there. It is what it is.
Well, no,
but
it's
our
not,
knowledge
though.
of the other decades,
but
knowing what's going to happen.
But you have to deal now. Okay, so the stock market crashed when 1929. If we could do something.
How would you avoid that?
Well, I'm saying we know it's coming.
Could you avoid World War II?
No, there's no way. No way.
You don't think so?
The Great War just ended, right? 1914 to 1918, right? So it just ended, okay? Although we
have
could
20 years.
we could say, hold on, that dude Hitler.
You've got like 20 years.
That dude Hitler, he's coming back.
But that's the thing, is they're going to think you're like a heretic
But
or
then
something
again,
like
but
that.
then again, heretic.
Heretic.
No, you know, Hitler mustache is still cool in 1920s. Yeah, unfortunately. But I wasn't even thinking about the war stuff. I'm thinking like if we could invest in stuff, make a whole bunch of money before the market crash, pull the money out of the market.
You could, but
and then everyone else would be killed, thrown out windows and stuff, and their lives are over. Yet we could profit from that. That's bad, but
you could.
Good for
but
us.
Plot twist.
What?
Plot twist.
What's okay?
The aliens just jumped
Yeah,
through.
I was gonna say that before. I was waiting for a good time. One followed us. A xenomorph followed us through.
The xenomorphs are there.
How many?
How do we?
I say one.
One xenomorph.
One xenomorph followed us through. It can impregnate a bunch of people.
All right. How do we fight it with 1920s technology?
Okay, now you got a movie on your hands. So here's what happens. We're going about trying to figure out what we're doing in our lives. We all of a sudden come across an egg. Oh no!
Like an Easter egg?
No, the eggs. The xenomorphs lay eggs in the people, but
that's one of the things I've never really understood.
So what does the queen do? The queen lays eggs.
There's the face hugger and that lays the egg that incubates and
that creates a xenomorph. But what does the queen do? Then
the queen lays the egg.
19th tech against you're screwed. No, I don't think we're screwed. I don't think we're screwed. I don't think we're screwed. We still have machine guns. You got rifles. You have grenades. Like, we do have this technology. It's not like we don't have this technology. Trenches. Oh, first of all, where do we go out? Where do we come out? I keep picturing either Chicago or New York City. Let's make it New York City.
That's a good question.
Or on that planet in 1920s?
What if we...
LV, whatever?
Oh, I don't know about
Where did it take us?
But hold on a second.
It took us to Earth? We just assumed it took us to Earth. Wow. We just assumed it took us to Earth. That's weird. But okay, we went on Earth. We have to be on Earth, otherwise where are we going?
All right, but what if it brought us someplace like desolate?
Well, then we wouldn't know. I like being in a city better.
What if it
Can we just be in a city?
What if it took us out of 2019 New York, July, because it is. It's July. What if it took us out of that?
Yeah.
And put us in like 1920s Antarctica?
Well, we'd
freeze.
We're gonna be dead. we're gonna cozy up to some Eskimos and some seals and hopefully not get eaten by a polar bear.
Hold on. Antarctica.
Yeah.
I didn't say Alaska.
There's no Eskimos in Antarctica?
Doubtful. No.
There's got to be some indigenous people there.
There's nobody lives in Antarctica. Are you crazy?
Really? I don't know. Somebody fact check that. I don't believe that for a minute. Fine, then we're going to cozy up to some penguins.
The only thing there that we're cozying up to is each other.
And we're in shorts and we're wearing stupid 80s shit. We're screwed. Can we just be back in the city? Can we just be back in the city? Sounds, aliens have ears like dogs 1,000 times 100, so it would break their skulls. Oh, that's true. So if you really play loud music, they're going to go deaf. Oh, that's true. We could do only people in a car is a scientist. Okay, so maybe find... Oh, but that's... Can we... That xenomorphs aren't going to last in Antarctica.
You think we should kind of like...
I think we go back to the city.
Divert them and...
Let's go back to the city. It's a
little bit more interesting.
Yeah, because we have a better idea. All right, but we're back in the city. It's 1920s New York.
1920s New York. What was it? Like a fish market?
What? No, it was popping, dude.
It was popping?
It was popping.
In what way? In what way?
Oh, dude, it was popping. Let's just say, needless to say, it was going off. Roaring 20s, hello?
It was like a shipping port.
Nah, no, the whole city was not a shipping port, dude. And then there was the speakeasies.
I want to go back to
like
the 1600s.
Well, you already put us there.
I know. I feel like we should go back to the 1600s.
All right, so,
and then we have the witch trials going on, like in New England, up in Salem. You know what I mean?
So what you're saying is we got the scanner. Scanner's still working. The motion sensor. What are we doing? We're looking for another rift?
We're looking for a rift.
All right, we're looking for another rift. I was going to go this whole thing with the aliens and fighting the aliens, but I guess you don't want to. Now, we see another rift. It jumps us. We're back in the 1600s. In the United States?
Oh, wait, no. I wasn't saying that. Where do we go next? Come on, somebody else. Where are we going?
Take Xenomorph to a Prohibition bar, and maybe they think these people aren't so bad. Yeah, true.
That works.
So all right. So where do you think so where are we now? Okay. So let you guys decide where we are now. Russia.
Oh gosh.
No,
Russia,
nothing
what
about
year?
it. What year? Russia. Is the Xenomorph following us?
It's coming.
It's not staying.
No.
Do we see the thing? Did we see it?
See what?
Did we see the Xenomorph and ran? Is that what happened?
We ran and
so
we
we
jumped
know
through the rift.
we saw the Xenomorph because it was picking it up. Blip, 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 and we're like, and then look, the rift's over there, and we run, and is that what happened?
Yeah.
How's this thing? Is it working?
It's a choice.
Oh, it still looks like a weird cloud. 1600 Russia.
1600.
I know nothing
Russia.
about 16 czars.
It's cold again.
Anastasia?
You keep putting us in cold places.
Yeah. Well, you did that.
Yeah, sure.
Anastasia.
We got nothing. This is where we stay and we die. We're just gonna die.
Well, are we ever getting back?
It was fun.
Is this
It
gonna?
was good.
Is it? Are we ever gonna get back?
I don't know, but the alien, it's so big and so desolate that the alien just gets lost and can't find us, and it just dives from the cold. And so do we.
No. Well,
Like the little match girl or whatever.
we're not in. We're not in the middle of. We're not in Siberia.
Why?
It puts us. Where are we in Russia? We in like in Moscow? In like 1600? What's going on there? The problem is, how are we fighting this? Are we going to end up fighting the Xenomorph or what?
We fight the Xenomorph in the 1600s with the
In
fire.
Russia. What do they have
fire.
in Russia in the 1600s?
Cold and
What was...
babushkas.
Somebody
and
tell
stuff.
us what Russia was in the 1600s. Should I look it up? I'll look it up. What was
Now you're
16...
making them do research.
What was...
Oh, okay. We're getting facts from my dog. Thank you. We're getting facts.
Okay.
There we go. Steer it. Where are we going?
The Kremlin's Great Bell Tower was built in 1505 to 08 and augmented to its present.
Okay, so
Height
we need to get the Xenomorph up there. Do you think if the Xenomorph, how high is it? If the Xenomorph fell off the top of that, would it die?
Oh, it has to.
You think?
It would have
But
to.
it has an exoskeleton.
But that's all it is. That's all it is an exoskeleton.
And a lot of,
You know?
acid blood. What else is
Acid
happening?
blood, urine. Warmest place in Russia.
The warmest?
That's the warmest place. What, at like -20 or something?
Celsius or Fahrenheit? They use Celsius.
I just want to know where are we? Where's the Kremlin? Is that Moscow? The Kremlin's in Moscow, right? So we're in the middle of Moscow. There's the tower. We bring it up to lure it up to the tower.
We can invent Tetris.
I don't think it's 266 feet.
You could, yeah, that's pretty high.
That's gonna
That's
do
gonna
it.
take care of the Xenomorph.
Well, how are we doing it?
How are we doing it?
Okay, I have an idea.
You lure it up there like
No, we lure it up.
the Hunchback.
You tie a rope to me, and then you tie the rope off to something up there. I'm gonna run, and I'm gonna jump off, and it's gonna chase me, but I'm gonna catch, and I'm gonna slam into the side of the building.
You're gonna catch the
I'm tied. I'm also tied. It's gonna break a rib or two.
like John
It'll break a rib or two.
like
yeah,
John McClane.
exactly.
in
Yes.
Die Hard
yeah,
with the
yes,
fire hose.
Yes. And I yell, John McClane! And I just go down. Yeah. You know, while you're cowering in a corner because you're not gonna do it. You're not gonna tie a rope to yourself and jump off to let the Xenomorph die. But guess what? What happens? It grabs my leg.
Oh, of course.
Now
Of
what?
course.
Now what I do? Now I'm holding on for dear life. It's trying to claw at me. I'm kicking at it. By the way, we heard it somehow. It's got like one arm working because we heard it somehow. I don't know. We threw a firebomb on her or something. I don't know. We figured it
in
out.
the 20s.
Are you going to help me? No, 1600s now.
Well, I know, but back in the 20s, we threw like a Tommy gun at it.
Oh, yeah. We have Tommy guns?
and it,
We have
like-
Tommy guns. We took Tommy guns.
Tommy guns.
We
All
took
right,
Tommy
so we have
guns.
Tommy guns in 1600 Russia.
Okay, yeah. So, but now I'm yelling for you. What do? What are you going to do?
What am I gonna do?
You're going to help me or am I going to get pulled down and killed?
Yeah, I'd probably throw something on top of it to try to knock it off.
And do you hit it?
Do I hit it? Yeah, I'm gonna hit it right in the head.
And what
it
does
shakes
it
it off.
fall? It shakes off and it falls.
And it falls.
Well,
And it falls, and the snow is so deep that it just falls into snow, and we can't see anything.
Oh, no, we don't know if it's dead.
We don't know if it's dead because the snow probably softened the fall.
And then you pull me up.
Yeah.
And guess what? On the other side of the tower is a rift. We look down on the other side of the tower. There's a rift.
We're going in the rift.
But wait, you hear something. I run over to look. He's climbing up.
This thing just won't end.
He's climbing up.
All right. Okay.
I'm coming. I'm running. I'm knocking into you, and we're flying right down into that rift.
And then Yes, and as we're going into the rift, you know who pops out of the rift? Like, we're going into it. The Xenomorph is coming into it after us, and Dutch and Jesse Ventura pop out, jump kick it in the face, and shoot it with the minigun and everything.
Okay. So as we're going through the rift, as we see, they're fighting the Xenomorph.
We just watch it.
Yeah. But then we end up, we don't know where. And that's it. Guess what?
That's it. End
it goes
scene.
black, to be continued. We don't know.
That's it.
That's it. Wow, what an adventure we had.
It was fun. My favorite part was
that was a crazy adventure. Wow.
I think LV-426 was the best part of that thing.
Oh my god, so scary.
I don't think I'd want to be in the 20s with
so scary.
Anywhere with
I'd rather be there than
paper boys and
oh my god, that's scary.
Yeah, it was fun.
I don't know.
Thanks for that.
All right. Wow, that was pretty good one, man.
Yeah. If you want to listen to this again, it'll be on podcast networks on Friday.
Yeah, Friday this will be up on so very cool.
We'll also get back to it next week with recording the other shows and everything like that. Maybe some 80s trivia if we're feeling a little.
Maybe we'll do some classic blend. We'll see what's up. But either way, stick around here on Monday nights, 7 o'clock. Well, actually, we start a little early tonight, but around 7 is when we get started. So listen, that'll do it. Everybody watching, thank you so much. Anyone who's listening, thank you very much. And if you're watching and you've subscribed and all that stuff, thank you so much for that. See you in the Discord. We'll hang out there.
Yeah, Discord, Retro Squad, everywhere.
At Retro Squad on everything.
Twitter, Instagram,
Gmail,
YouTube,
all that good stuff. Yeah. Okay, so if I was in the place, I know a fact that aliens are allergic to blood, so I would go to a hospital and grab blood bags, throw it at him. So
that's good because his ear got ripped off in the 1920s, so he was bleeding down the whole side of his face.
Yeah. Oh man, I had
He had no ear.
So I threw you ripped my ear off and threw it at the damn Xenomorph.
That's you see, you wondered what was on top of the Kremlin or whatever that building was. I ripped his ear off and I threw it at the Xenomorph.
You owe me an ear. You owe me an ear, or at least like a softie from Friendlies or something, or Wendy's.
What? A softie?
Yeah,
Frosty.
Frosty.
You're thinking Mr. Softie.
I got no ear, man. I'm in pain. All right. We never even made it back to our time. We're sliding now. Now we're sliding everywhere.
Sliding through time, like Jerry O'Connell.
I will get the car fixed, Ransom. Thank you so much. O'Connell.
I said O'Connell.
Yeah.
Chris O'Donnell.
Chris O'Donnell. Yeah, Robin. Oh, man. That might be a good one for next week. Come back next week, everybody. We love you. We'll see you next week.
We might play some games. We might do some. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen?
Man, we got a lot of stuff
We're
going
going to try to do a couple different things. So.
It'll be fun. All right. Thank you. Say an 80s thing.
80s are the chocolate chips of the 1900s. Whoa. My head hurts.
Okay. Goodbye.